I'm Kim Kendall, and this is a Parental Rights Alert. Many of our schools here in St. Johns County are using heart monitors on our students for discipline control. Now, in some cases, the parents are involved, but in many instances, these heart monitors are being used without parental knowledge. Also, there is not an opt-in or opt-out form being sent home to the parents. The program is called Heartmath. It comes in under the state's SEL, Social Emotional Learning, Mental Health. They are identifying students and attaching a heart monitor to them that is then plugged into a computer, and that child is supposed to self-regulate themselves down. Some schools have what are called behavioral units, and some schools have already gone school-wide. Sometimes if there's only one student in the class that is hooked up to one of these heart monitors, they will take the active graph information and pop it up on a classroom screen. So the entire class will be participating. Some data has been gathered on this continually, and that's being used to give referrals of the students and the parents to outside mental health facilities. Now, I realize there are discipline issues and mental health issues, but it is not appropriate to implement a program where you do not have the parental permission first. Schools that have been identified so far that have these Heartmath monitors include Liberty Pines Academy, Fruit Cove, Osceola, Crookshank, Southwoods, Mill Creek, and Murray. There is a focus on expanding this program and getting the students to use these heart monitors more and more. The following video clips are from a recent school board workshop where they will discuss more in depth what I'm talking about.
And what Heartmath is that what they do is they have a heart monitor that connects to a computer, and then on the computer it's gives you a graph, and kind of age appropriate graph for younger kids. It's really colors and graphs and those types of things. It's really just a picture. It doesn't say anything or anything like that. But as you can be able to see your heart come under control where your heart's not beating as fast, it actually has cooler colors. If your heartbeat is really fast, it has red colors and red pictures with red outlines. And so they're able to see what's happening with their heart rate, what strategies that they do. So the teacher would say, okay, we're all going to take a deep breath right now. We're all going to think about something calm. So they have visualizations that they try and get the students to be able to account for. And then as they start to see their heart rate go down, they can be able to see the picture start to get to cooler colors. For older kids, it's more colors or graphs based. They can be able to see their graph go down. For the younger kids, like kindergartners or even pre-K kids, it's more of a colored picture. And so it's a picture, and then the colors kind of change as their heart rate changes. So it's really age appropriate for K through 12. What we have seen so far is most of our elementaries are the ones who utilize the program. I believe there's 4 schools, elementary schools, that are using them, and 2 K-8s. And so, again, we've held on to extra dollars in case they were interested, but the schools that have them are very much in support of them. Right now, it's I believe it's Osceola and Crookshank. Southwoods has some monitors, but I don't think that they've started up with them again, but they are available for them. Liberty Pines, and I want to say it might be Mill Creek, but I know for sure it's Liberty Pines is utilizing it at the K-8 level, and they've had great success for some of their middle school students. Health counselors through George Freeman have availability to train teachers on that, and they have made themselves available to the teachers to be able to make sure that that's available. What I can tell you is in the behavior units, those are utilized at different schools, because it's not just those are the school-wide programs. We also have behavior units that utilize that to try and help. What I can tell you is that Murray, Southwoods, and some of our others that have the behavior units, Fruit Cove, that have used the Heartmath, they've seen a quick reduction in that, because the students are able to visualize what their body is doing when they start to erupt and get upset. then they can say, okay, well, let's take a break. Let's get over under the heart monitor, Heartmath. Let's see what that looks like. And then they can be able to start to regulate and see themselves of, oh, I'm starting to get agitated. What can I do? What are the strategies? And so then it becomes a reminder for the teachers. They're talking the same language as the students. It's not just, hey, we need you to calm down, or hey, we need you to settle down, we just need you to go off into the corner and get a cool down. No, let's talk about strategies and ways that we can be able to do that. Why don't we come over here to the computer and you can be able to see that? Let's talk about some visualization strategies that you can be able to deploy. You can be able to see that those discipline activities are going down. They're not significant. As you use it more and more, you can start to see that they become significant. But once you first implement it, you automatically see a little bit of a decrease. If you want the longer term and the larger decreases in discipline and outbursts, what you have to do is you have to truly build it into your system, and it has to be long term. And that's what we've seen at Liberty Pines.
With regard to this heart monitor, is parental permission required for the use of that program?
We don't maintain the data, so it's not a biometric. We hold on to that data. It's really just a monitor so that they can be able to see it in themselves. So it's not like we sit and record it and hold on to that information. What I can tell you is for sure we have data for Liberty Pines because they were very diligent about that. Osceola I would have to find out with their leadership change. I'm not sure if they continued on. What I can tell you is everyone who has implemented it has seen a decrease in their discipline needs from classroom discipline. Some of that is anecdotal. Some of that is borne out by the data itself. When you look at the eSchool and the higher levels of rates of discipline that you would see that would be placed into eSchool, those numbers have come down. So what I will tell you is in the behavior units, we let parents know that that's what we do. For those schools that use it school-wide, they include that in their parent newsletters and those types of things. We've never had a parent who's opted out, but if they wanted to opt out their child, they can do that. Too, what they will do is for the classroom monitors, sometimes it's just one kid that will be on the monitor and they will show it up on the screen, and then they will talk about the visualization techniques, and so they can be able to see that it's actually working. So not all of the students are on at the same time when you're doing it school-wide, but they can be able to look at that and be able to see how that works as a classroom environment.
So my first round of questions. 1, how do you identify a child that's being attached to a heart monitor? 2, who is identifying that child? 3, is the parent being notified every time you're attaching a heart monitor to their kid? 4, I notice the teachers are being trained in this. Are they the main facilitators overseeing the data and teaching the kids to self-regulate? 5, the data. What is the data? Where is it being stored, and who has access? 6, what criteria is needed before you put a heart monitor on a child? What is the criteria for them to be referred to a mental health facility? And is that information being stored in their permanent school folder? 7, why is there not an informational letter coming home to the parents at the beginning of the school year, explaining what it is and what it isn't, along with an opt-in or opt-out waiver? Very similar to the health forms that are sent home that we sign to allow our school nurse to put a bandage on our kid's scraped knee. I've been approached by several parents trying to get answers from the school district with no luck, and a few school employees. Everybody wants their name to be kept private, which I will respect. And if anybody else has information and you want to stay anonymous, that is okay. We just want to get the information out there to the parents.